Welcome everyone, it's Vapor Dracobar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. I am going to be continuing on my way. We're going to be doing Fireknight 20. As mad as that is. Last time we did Fireknight 19, some Ultimate Gallic, which I will continue to go on that. The hard part of Fireknight 20 is getting past these waves. Because I guarantee you, these waves are something of a nightmare. As you can see, they barely take any damage. This is the highest Fireknight I am willing to do before I get even better gear. And I hope you see why. I hope you see it. Because Fireknight 20 is highly unpleasant. I also have to do more arena. I have to try to get to silver 4. And then later I have to try to get to gold 1. Which will be even harder to do. And then I have to build teams that can solo things like, well, teams that can beat Spider 20 on auto and probably Fireknight 20 on auto, which is pretty maniacal. Now, this team may be able to do this on auto. There is a possibility. It would be annoying to do it like that, but there is a possibility of that happening. I'm going to want to go for the provokes here to try to keep the wave under control, because that's the hardest part of this version of Fireknight, is to get both a team that can multi-hit and survive this crazy amount of damage. I do have to use the Forge. I'm gonna have to do more Faction Wars madness. As you can see, the mobs are a bit spicy. And like with Fireknight 19, they're extremely durable. And yes, I don't feel like it's overkill throwing decreased defense on them again. You might ask, How can this be? The answer lies in the fact that they have a lot of base defense. So even their decreased defense is still incredibly tanky. So we've made it all the way to the big, bad, nasty Fireknight 20. I had to do a lot of stuff last night. I still have to do more today into the night. It's the only way that I can really win. Because these people are going to fight it to the bitter end. There we go. I did that on purpose. Trying to keep the turn meter down while getting some damage on him. There we go. Like I said, once you get past the waves, the boss is not as hard. You have to get past the waves first, though. Lots of healing is, of course, necessary in this fight. Like Vogoth or Apothecary. I still need my other account to get Apothecary, by the way. That part hasn't changed. I still have to decide who the next 6-star is going to be on that account. I was thinking Husk, but then also Padma has merits. Problem is, Padma, I don't think I can do it straight away because she's not level 50 right now, and I'd have to develop food for that. So, that's a little bit of a problem. I could develop a dupe Kale, but again, I need enemy max HP and provoke for Magma Dragon if we get there. And of course, Husk has a stun. I don't know. I think I'm trying to think of what I can do versus those waves. Maybe I could put him in a perception set. I don't know. The nice Heartseeker. Cold Heart is almost like a prerequisite for Fireknight 20. You probably won't be able to fight him until you get Cold Heart. Unless you have some crazy other champs to substitute. Cold Heart is so powerful for Fireknight. So powerful. All right. And why not? It's CVC. It's not like... Okay, I have a single faction. I think, right? So let's just shove a bunch of dark elves in there. Should do okay. It should do okay. I do have to rebuild my Paragon. I have to do 5 silver keys in the Doom Tower. We'll start with 1 Magma Dragon run. The main objective here is to target the Duchesses. That is the general consensus here. Because you don't want the Duchesses. Now, I'm not going to do this 5 times. The main thing with this is trying to get Cold Heart to survive. Because trust me, this version is very hard to deal with. Perfect. Exactly how I want it to go. Get another provoke. Perfect. That's how you want it. Decrease attack if you can. Otherwise, that move one-shots. There's a reason why I go for double revive here. This boss is incredibly deadly. As you can see. Lots of healing, ally protect. Get a provoke in. You want as many provokes as you can. Provokes, revives, healing, decrease attack. This is the kind of stuff you want. As you can see, if you don't get your main abilities off, like before the provoke, the boss destroys you with his giant flame tail. There's a reason I have to put so much healing and shielding and all of that in this team. It's because if you don't, he will mess you up. As you can see, if he gets that tail attack off and you didn't provoke him, he will nearly one-shot or one-shot most damage dealers. And unkillable is useless most of this fight because of the fact that he gets the hex off. Which most of the time he will. Even with the extra durable build, it's still... I'm gonna have to wait another 3 turns. Missing those provokes is pretty devastating, as you can see. Him resisting that is actually pretty catastrophic. As you can see, this isn't as cut and dry as one might think it is. We may have just lost the fight. Yep, we just lost the fight. Couple resists is all it takes. I just want... Well, I guess I'll prove that. I'm going to go try to do other bosses that are easier, lower down, because I just want to get some of these keys out of the way. I just want to get it out of the way, man. Because the problem is, if I don't get this out of the way, I won't have the energy fuel. I need the energy fuel. I need the energy fuel because I spent most of it on this account trying to deal with the fact that I had such bad pulls. I'm sorry, it's just... This tournament is beginning to get to my head. It always does this whenever I get towards the end of the tournament and I'm like, are they going to come back? Because the last thing I need is these idiots to come back. You know? These enemy clan to just come back for free. I don't need that. I do not need that. poison there. Sanguinia is pretty good in this fight, as I've shown in the past, but we don't have Sanguinia here. So, we just gotta make do with what I got. What I got me up the tower, though. You do not want to leave those poisons on, because he does detonate them for a very large sum of damage that you do not want to experience. That sum of damage is so large that it will basically wipe your team. Almost instantly. Just wanted to point that one out. So the thing is, you can't have those provokes resisting. That was the key there. And I could have 6-starred Black Knight, but I felt that Ultimate Gallic was a better candidate. For now, at least. Jarig is pretty good, too. He would also be good for Spider 20. Granted, I'd still need to help him with accuracy. Accuracy right now is a big problem, trying to get gear with enough accuracy and durability at the same time. So that's always a conundrum. See, whenever it builds up and your stuff is on cooldown, that's always when you're in greatest threat of getting wiped. Because even now, I could easily get wiped. I don't like to admit it, but that's exactly what has happened to me time and time again versus this boss. Because this poison buildup, see all those poisons? That stuff can get out of hand extremely quick. There you go. I guess I could do Final Borgoth, the Scarab Bastard. Oh boy! I just realized he didn't have destroy gear on, whatever. You know what, actually I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna run some quick battles, because I've gotta get to the other accounts. I've gotta maintain them. Maybe I'll just show Magma Dragon with a provoke setup where the accuracy requirement isn't as high. Hell, I'll put Master Butcher in there just to prove it. We'll do some crazy stuff with Master Butcher. Scylla the Drakes is obviously going to be involved because it's Scylla the Drakes. She's useful in pretty much all of Doom Tower, regardless of what dungeon you're in. She's useful. And don't let other people tell you otherwise. So yeah, that's decrease attack. Give a poison on him. Provoke. Provoke. Ally attack. Protect. Provoke if it can't, if it's not. Okay, he's got his sights set on that. Decrease attack if we can. Like, that's the basic principle. This is not the absolute monster. Let's do the lower Borgoth. I'm only doing this because I want to get this over with. Farming the higher parts of the tower right now is prohibitively expensive on my energy. For now, it's not like I'm not going to do it late at night. So I've become semi-nocturnal a lot of because of Clan Wars, because of events like this. Because it's these late night stuff is when they start messing around. It's not in the early day, because they get a nerf in the daytime, but their compensatory nerf is on buff is on the final night. The final night is when they always have that hustle. So that's where I always have the problems. Krisk is always a pain to kill, honestly. He's like a ball of rock that heals itself and runs at you. So annoying to deal with. It really is. And the thing is, I've yet to ever actually get him. That's the interesting part. I've yet to ever actually get myself a Krisk. Because he's rare. He's really, really rare. The only people that have him, typically, but not always, are whales. Because he's literally that uncommon unless you have a stupid amount of shards. And even the whales struggle to get him, which should give you an idea of how hard he is to get. Like Hell Hades, for years, struggled to get a Krisk. He never got a Krisk. And then when he finally got a Krisk, it was actually kind of funny when he finally got a Krisk. Because then he got another one afterwards. does he keep resisting? Wait, did I change my Armiger build out? I did, didn't I? I did, didn't I? Oh, I feel bad about that. Let's see if Mordecai's build works better for this. This will be the last one for this account. It takes so much effort to do these tournaments and quests and everything. I really hope we win. Because it's going to suck if we lose this. If we lose this, I'm going to be absolutely livid at this point. Because this... I've put so much into this tournament. You know what? I probably should include a sill. Just for extra healing. There we go. Gotta keep it going. I was learning about Genshin Impact recently. And, there's so much I don't know about characters and the game. Anyway, we got to the Frost Spider. Now the moment of truth. Getting him under decreased accuracy is pretty nice. At least they get the burn on him straight away. I mean, I'm only taking on Spider 20 when I get my Ultimate Gallic prepared. My Ultimate Gallic has to get prepared, and then I have to, like, burn them, turn meter control, burn them again, and then from there, protect. And then I should be able to kill him from there. I mean, Paragon's part of it. The question is, how do I keep the rest of them? Like, how do I get the burns in the right situation? You do want to keep this thing on fire a lot. So if you don't keep it on fire, you probably won't win. I do have an idea of a team comp that would work versus Spider 20. It's a bit of a diabolical team comp, though, so brace yourself. I'm not going to do it in this episode either. I just want to get this Doom Tower shenanigans done. Just want to get that done. Okay, Syl needs help. Maybe in the form of a sunset. Maybe in the form of some more durable gear, but she needs help. Be like a regeneration set. Something to keep her topped up on health. Because that's the other problem. My Syl isn't geared in such a way to make her nearly invincible. Because that would be ideal. That would be nearly invincible with enough accuracy to land the stun. That would be ideal. That would be ideal. And in the next episode, I'm going to be continuing on. I'm going to do 2 more things off screen just to try to get more done. So much I have to get done.